Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Dreamwalker Tarot. My name is Dawn, and this is Libra's reading for October 2021. Happy birthday, Libras! Please take the time to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for post notifications so that you can get an alert when the new videos are posted. And let's get right into this. To get a basic understanding of what the energies will be this month, I'm using Marcella Krall's Nature Nurture Oracle deck, and this is, I believe, the second edition. Okay, so Libra, as most of us tend to do, like around our birthday period, it's like you really kind of reflect on like the next chapter, of your life, what you want to do moving forward. And it seems like you're in a space of like really fresh energy with the egg card, right? So there's an excitement about like a new venture, a new project, but there's also a little bit of hesitation. Emotions are kind of like in flux about this new venture, and you're really kind of looking for a sign. Like you need a sign to tell you whether or not this is a good decision. And so if you're looking for a sign, Libra, here it go. Okay. So with this eagle card, right? The eagle is the guide card. It's a card about like spirit guides, messages, perspective, and divinity. And right now you're asking, or you need to actually connect more to your spirit guides. I feel like you are kind of like in this place where you're unsure about moving forward. And okay, we joke about this with Libras and saying that Libras are very indecisive about decisions that need to be made. And so there is that element, but really that, I don't know if you want to call it a myth, because there is a little bit of truth to it. Libras can be indecisive about things, but really they're indecisive about making wrong choices when it comes to like major decisions in their lives. Like they don't want to mess up. They want to weigh everything out, the good, the bad, the ugly, because when they make a decision, they want to be able to follow the decision based on all the information presented, taking the good and the bad and making that decision moving forward. And so right now you're like in that space where you're trying to really decide, and you're like asking for a sign. You're asking for help. Like you need all the information that you can get about making this decision moving forward, because this is something that you're emotionally invested in and you're emotionally connected to. And so that is playing a huge role this month for you. What it really comes down to, though, Libra, is you should ask yourself this question, right? Are you thinking too small? Are you feeling a disconnection from your purpose? Or do you need guidance about how you need to proceed? And so really and truthfully, you need to connect to like your spirit guides to make a decision about what it is that you're trying to move forward with. We're going to see what the other cards have in store for us in regards to this issue, but it's really just a stage in your life right now where you're looking at new beginnings, like really moving forward with something. And again, like I said, it's something that you're emotionally invested in, that you have deep emotion for. So you want to take the time to kind of check in with how you feel about this new venture and why you feel that way, and get in touch with the emotional aspect of if it is making you feel a little bit like all over the place or a little emotional about it. Like ask yourself why, and really sit down with your spirit guides and ask them to show you a sign about how to proceed forward. But like I said, Libra, if you're looking for a sign, here it go. So taking a look further into this month's reading for October, we have the Emperor in reverse, the Three of Pentacles in reverse, and the Hermit card. So Libras, I don't really get the sense that the Emperor in reverse is related to you specifically. What I do get is that this is like a boss type energy. So like it could be your boss, but it's definitely someone that you work with, right? With the Three of Pentacles in reverse, or rather that you are trying to work with, but you're having a little bit of a difficulty working with them, right? This is giving me a lot of like workplace vibes. But the Emperor in reverse could also be like a father figure, like a masculine energy male figure, or female with masculine energy in your life that is very like domineering, very controlling, very in charge. It does not know how to relinquish control to anyone, but is also like very rigid in the way that they're thinking. And like you might be trying to think outside of the box, bringing some new elements into the workplace, or trying to work on doing something old in a new way, or working on a new idea, but you're having a little bit of difficulty working with this person because it's like they feel like it's their way or the highway, and they don't feel like anybody knows better than they do. Like I said, this doesn't feel like your energy. This feels like someone else's energy that you're working with. But if it's not the case, Libra, and this is you that's acting in this way, you need to kind of look at things from a different perspective. Like, why are you behaving in this way? Like, why are you limiting your ability to proceed? But again, like I said, it doesn't feel like your energy. It feels like someone else's, and it feels like this, the way that they are, right? Like this attitude that they have about like, it being their way, their highway, like this really like, the bossy boss type of mentality is something that kind of came into your field of acknowledgement during Virgo season with the Hermit here. It's like you might have noticed it before, but now it's like the spotlight is on this person and on this situation, and you're kind of feeling like, okay, this is just not even going to work, right? And so I'm going to look a little bit more at the other cards to kind of see and get like a full like scope of everything for this month. Okay, so yeah, this Page of Pentacles is looking like you have like an idea. You have something that you want to start. It's like a little nugget right now, and it's something that you actually want to kind of build around, but it's a little bit unconventional. It's a little unconventional in its nature, right? But with the Eight of Wands here, you're going to be getting, like I said, you might be getting some spiritual nudges from your guides, messages, incoming messages to you from your guides regarding this, this idea about how to move forward and really like building this idea out and making it a reality. Also, too, with the Eight of Wands and the Five of Wands in reverse, facing each other the way that they do, there is like a Three of Wands energy that's present. And that is really about expansion and growth and building. And before, we had the Egg card, and also, and that's talking about building something new, as well as the Page of Pentacles. And so really like you're in this stage where you're trying to work on building something, but it seems like everything is kind of being you feel like it might be going against you a little bit, right? But the Three of Wands, even though it's not here, it's present on the board with the Five of Wands and also the Eight of Wands. And it's really saying for you to develop a plan, to sit down and implement a plan, taking into account all the things that could go wrong and kind of preparing for those things, so that if it does happen, you're already ready for it and you already know like what you want to do. Because this little nugget that's represented by the Page of Pentacles is really something that you're going to have to kind of like build, it seems like, from the ground up. And so you really need to plan and prepare. You also need to not be thinking small right now, right? Like you have to think big about this. You have to be hopeful about what you're trying to build. It really feels like you're trying to really set a plan in motion, not just for now, but really for like your future. And this is not something that you want to rush into with the Page of Swords here. It's something that you really need to think about, right? Because you are gonna encounter a little bit of resistance along the way. Like I said, you have this boss that's over you that is really like being a little bit ridiculous, and so so not just with him, but with outside people, like you might get a little bit of hesitancy about your plan. You are hesitant about your plan, and so like you really need to sit down and formalize what it is that you want to do, how you want to do it, with the Hierophant in reverse, it could be something spiritual in nature, but it feels like you're trying to kind of go away from like the standard protocol, like the standard way of doing things. So your idea might be centered around, like I said, something religious, but it could also be centered around doing something in a new way, taking something that's been old and doing it in a new way, or you have like this amazing idea to do something that is like totally off the wall that no one's ever thought of before. And so you're just trying to figure out how to bring this to market, right? Like how to get this idea off the ground. So really, really sit down with this. We know that Virgo season is over, but take that energy of like planning and preparation and kind of implementing the steps that you need to take to kind of flush this plan out. Really sit down and take the time to do that. I think that's what is missing here. But I think also think about it differently. Think about it in a way where you're not looking at it like straightforward. Look at it from all angles, right? So try to tackle all angles of this problem. And I have the quotation marks that you can't see, the problems that you might encounter, and really try to like plan it in an effective way. Clarifying the Emperor in verse, we get the Five of Swords upright, the Keeper of the Sacred, which in this particular deck is also the Hierophant. So this is like the Hierophant in reverse, the Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay, so Libra. This is like a painful situation for you, right? This person, this boss energy that you have been kind of like battling with is someone either really close to you, like a father figure, someone that you look up to, or someone that you work closely with. And so this little bit of a dust up between the two of you has really like kind of like put you in place where you're looking at them all kind of sideways, right? Because you're seeing parts of them or aspects of their personality that you really do not like, okay? And it's actually disappointing to you, and it's actually kind of hurting your feelings a little bit, right? Because you really did look up to this person. And so this particular situation is a little bit difficult for you on an emotional level, right? Really, it looks like this is like a situation where this person might be like older, kind of like set in their ways. And even though you have what you feel like is good advice about the way to do things, it's like they're really not trying to hear you. And there might have been things that have been said that kind of like hurt your feelings, right? Really at this point, it's like a thing where you're going to have to pick your battles with this one, right? So if you can avoid arguing and fighting with them, just don't even do it. Try to figure out a way around that, right? And like I said, you're in a stage where you're trying to work on your own thing and develop your own thing. And so you might want to take this situation and just kind of build for yourself moving forward and not really entertain all the negative energy that's here in this situation, right? Because the Queen of Cups is a person, really sorry about the noise. The Queen of Cups is a person who is just like really bitchy. So it could be a woman that's doing this. And like I said, it's like a Taurus energy person, like an earth sign energy, someone that's like really rigid, really stuck in their ways. So a Capricorn, a Taurus, a Virgo, someone that's really rigid and really stuck in their ways. They could also be a Cancer, Scorpio, or a Pisces, but they are like really acting like really bitchy right now towards you. And I know this really hurt your feelings, but just on this particular situation, pick your battles and focus your energy on the next chapter and on the next things that you want to accomplish. The Three of Pentacles reversed is clarified here by the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, right? So this is like a head or heart decision. This decision, even though it's like a financial situation, also seems to have some rooting and some influence also in your personal life, personal relationships. So again, this could be someone that you, like I said, it could be a father figure, you're a father, like an older brother, like someone in your life that's important to you. But it could also mean that this situation itself, the financial aspect of it is something that could be affecting your relationship with someone that that you are dealing with. So, or it could also mean that the reason why this whole thing is so important to you, and the reason why you're kind of feeling a way about it not working, is because this is something that, like I said, you're trying to build not just for now, but for the future with your partner, right? So you're really trying to balance out like your head and your emotions on the situation. And like we saw before, the water card came out talking about the emotions of the situation. So really sit down with how you feel in regards to this person that you work with, your father figure, whatever in your life, and why you feel the way you feel about it, right? You're going to be going like your own way here. You're going to be striking out on your own. And so this is an emotional time for you because of what this person means to you or what they represent into your life in terms of like financial stability. And so this is like a hard moment for you. And so even in the month of October, you might be kind of like battling these feelings about, dealing with the nonsense that you're dealing with, or like working on your money. But there's something outside of the situation that is like a gift waiting for you that you should be paying attention to. Because like, again, the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, along with the 2 of Pentacles, is Ace of Pentacles is sitting right there. It's, literally the counterpart to the Page of Pentacles that came up in the spread, which is really talking about that new beginning. And so there might be things that you have to work on to get to that Ace of Pentacles, but that Ace of Pentacles is going to be there for you. So financially speaking, you're going to be okay, right? You just have to deal with the emotional side of the situation, right? If this is talking about a relationship, you're kind of like going through it with someone that you are in a relationship with that's either an earth sign or a water sign. Again, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. You might be moving away from this relationship. And so it's like, emotionally it's a battle for you, but also financially speaking it's a battle for you, right? But at this stage in the game, you're moving forward from that situation, and so you have to deal with the emotions of that. Just really sitting with yourself and really thinking about like how you two got to the space that you're in, but really about choosing your battles, because you need to save your energy for the next chapter in your life, building and growing that next part of your life. And that's going to be kind of important for you this month in order to get through whatever difficulties come up for you. The star in reverse was right next to the Page of Pentacles upright. And then what felt as a clarification for the star in reverse was the Empress in the upright, right? Which is freaking amazing, right? Because we have this Empress card here. We have the Page of Pentacles here. And this is really about building. It's really about birthing something and bringing it into the plane. When I was shuffling the cards, the Magician kept showing up at the bottom of the deck, which is really talking about taking an idea that is gifted to you from spirit and taking it from the ether where it resides and where it's handed to you and bringing it down to earth, right? So taking the idea first and then visualizing what that is and actually implementing the steps needed to manifest that dream into our world. And that is really what the Empress card is talking about, right? Like you see her, she's pregnant, she got the world in her belly, but it really is just this amazing sign that you can literally build whatever you want. And even though you aren't feeling really hopeful about that this month, you should feel hopeful about it, because it's definitely something that's in your purview. It's definitely something that you can do. It's definitely something that can be accomplished. Whatever that amazing idea is, this is your baby. Like, this is your time to really work on that baby, feed it, nourish it, and bring it into this world, right? So whatever you're feeling emotionally about that, like, baby, you're going to have to let that go, okay? And the reason why you have to let that go, as you see the 5 of Wands here, is clarified by the 8 of Pentacles. And the 8 of Pentacles in reverse really talks about putting in energy into something that's not working, right? Like you see her at the work table, but it's like you're putting all this energy, you're putting all this really emotional energy into something that isn't going to work. And I feel like you're kind of fighting that. And so this month, like, you really need to not fight it, okay? The Hierophant Reverse is clarified by the Eight of Cups and the Nine of Swords. And so again, you are with the Eight of Swords showing that you're like definitely walking away from an institution. Like, it could be a marriage, it can be a job, it can be like your faith. Like, you know, you might just be wanting to just leave your faith behind and practice a different religion. But these are all like really things that are like a structure of genuine importance in your life. And so what comes with you walking away again is this overwhelming sense of anxiety, of like overthinking it. You know, you might be not getting enough sleep because of it, you're having bad dreams because of it, and it's something that you really can't get, you know, like wrap your mind around. It doesn't feel good at all, right? But when we look at the Hierophant in reverse, there's pain here with the Three of Swords in reverse. But at the end, my love, the Six of Wands is here to show you that there's victory at the end of this path for you, right? Like, you are definitely walking away from something or someone that is important to you, that really has like a really stronghold or position in your life. Like I said, it could be a marriage, it could be a job, it could be your faith, it could be something that, like I said, has a very strong presence in your life, and it does hurt you. There's, like I said, with the cards before, there's like an emotional attachment to this thing, and so it physically is hurting you, it's emotionally hurting you to have to walk away from this. But in the long run, it looks like walking away from this is really going to be for your greater good, right? And so you just need to strap in. It's probably going to be a bumpy ride, right? It's also in the middle of Mercury retrograde, which begins on the 27th of September. And so in moving forward, take the time to implement the plan. Work it twice, work it 3 times. Whatever you do, don't sign any contracts. Don't do any surgeries. Don't do anything that is like a contractual obligation that you might regret. Don't buy a car. Don't do any of that stuff during Mercury retrograde. Wait till like the beginning of November or so to do any of that stuff, because Mercury retrograde is really a time for you to kind of like review. And you're going to be in a space to review what's going on, why it's going on, where it's leading you to. And really, like I said, sit down with yourself and make a plan so that when it comes time and Mercury retrograde is over, you can really like focus on implementing this plan and working on this new part and a new chapter in your life, right? Let's move on to the advice cards. I am going to do a couple of advice cards for you, Libra, but interestingly enough, the first card that came out for you was to let go. The book itself says you've been struggling with the situation, unsure of which direction to take. The struggle is causing an energy blockage that is slowing your desired outcome. Again, think about the Eight of Pentacles, right? Like totally draining you. This card counsels you to let go. As a way of bringing about a peaceful resolution, first, you must let go emotionally. After all, you're overwhelmed by indecision and the stress of the situation. Wouldn't it feel good to detach and be at peace, especially if you're reassured that by doing so, you'll bring about a more favorable outcome? Ask the angels for help in detaching by saying, "Guardian angels and archangels, thank you for helping me enjoy a tranquil mind and body. I now choose to let go and detach from the situation. I know that God's infinite wisdom is completely in charge of it and everyone involved. I trust that everything is being worked out for my highest and best good, and so it is." The second card is options. And you see that Libra scale in the card, right, Libra? This is definitely for you. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. You have more options than you may realize, which is why this card comes to you today. While you may feel limited in your career choices, the angels remind you that the possibilities are unlimited. They promise that the time, money, knowledge, opportunities, and other factors that you need are very much open to you. This card is a sign urging you to think outside the box and be open-minded with respect to your options. For example, can you return to school and learn new skills related to your dream career? Can you begin a self-employment venture on a part-time basis while your regular job pays the bills? Or could you find a mentor to train you while you work as an intern or volunteer? The range of possibilities is wide and varied if you will just be open to them. Like I said, the Three of Wands is really about planning and looking at something from a different perspective. And I think that's what it's saying, is for you to look at things in a different way, but also look at the options that are available to you that you might not even be seeing right now, right? Take a moment right now and say to your angels, please give me clear signs and guidance about my options related to my divine life mission and a career that makes my heart sing with joy. Then notice intuitive feelings and ideas, as well as repetitive physical signs, which are messages from above. So Libra, if you're looking for a sign, here we go, right? And finally, well, no, not finally. For this particular deck, the last advice card was writing. You heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with the words you write. You drew this card as a validation of your dream to be a writer. And this obviously is not for everyone. But whether your medium is books, articles, or screenplays, the angels encourage you to explore writing as a career path. This will involve some self-discipline on your part, as you will need to spend time engaging on this activity on a daily basis. The angels remind you that writing is an art and not a science, and therefore it can never be completely perfect. Your ego may whisper fears and insecurities inside your mind, designed to make you procrastinate about a writing project. If this occurs, call upon the angels, particularly the messenger angel, Archangel Gabriel, for confidence, clarity, and motivation. The angels will also help you find a publishing outlet for your writing projects if you ask for their help, and then follow their intuitive replies. And again, like I said, writing is not necessarily for everyone, but it is also a medium for those who are planning and preparing, like really sitting down, like I said, and writing out like your next steps and figuring out, how to navigate this new chapter in your life. So the last set of advice cards comes from, what deck is this? Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck, Oracle cards by Kyle Gray. And the first card that came out is Autumn. Release the old and rest. Release all of the pressure and expectation weighing you down. Shed it all so that you can recover before moving into a time of renewal. Autumn is the time when the trees are preparing for the long, cold winter and must let go of all of the weight they are carrying in order to continue and to prosper. Sometimes you too just have to surrender an aspect of yourself in order to continue to grow and prosper. The raven on the autumn card shows that there is an opportunity to heal at this time. In Celtic animal medicine, the raven is the bird of healing and initiation. The healing it brings is a shift that allows you to move into a more powerful psychic space where you can be more aware of your needs and desires and be better supported. You know what is heavy, what is holding you back. Is it a person, a situation, a dream? Like the trees letting go of their leaves and fruit in the autumn, it's time to let it go. There we go, let it go. When you hold on, you try to control reality, and that never works. When you let go, you make space for the new to enter your life. You are being guided by your angels and nature herself to release whatever is stopping you from moving forward. And you can do this. When the autumn card appears in the future position of a spread or as the last card in a reading, it can also indicate that the coming autumn will usher in important energies with regards to your question or intentions. And my dear, we have officially transitioned over into autumn. So this is like a present situation right now. And so again, like all the cards are saying to just let it go, right? And just prepare for the next chapter of your life. And that next chapter is represented by the Lady card. Enjoy growth and reap rewards. Reap what you have sown and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Grow and expand in all areas of your life. The Lady, known as the Empress, and the Empress, again, was, I said, like the card that fell on top of the Page of Pentacles, and the Star card in reversed is also represented here by the card. So it really is about birthing your baby and bringing it into this world and reaping the benefits of that. But let me finish reading this card. The Lady, known as the Empress in the traditional tarot, is a representation of the goddess in her most fertile form. She is an abundant, bountiful, and creative being. She is closely related to nature because it is her child. She represents maternal energy and has more than enough love to give all who need nurturing. Yet she's a representative of the goddess Venus too, which is, Libras are ruled by Venus, and yearns for a rich relationship with her counterpart, the Lord. In this card, she holds an apple. Its seeds form a perfect pentagram, which in paganism represents the 5 elements of life. Fertility, growth, and abundance are all eminent when the Lady appears in your life. All the seeds you have planted are coming to life, and there are plenty more rewards to come. In a material sense, this card can represent financial security and comfort. It shows that there will be more than enough to go around. If you are making business deals or setting intention to create financial growth, this card indicates a considerable amount of monetary success. The Lady can also usher in other forms of abundance, opportunities, marriage proposals, and even the birth of a child. She will help you respect nature and connect with its forces in order to have a generally supported journey through life. And if you think about it, babies, the 6 of Wands is showing that everything, no matter what happens during this month, is going to work out in your favor and for your highest good. And I believe that, and so it is. And we're going to put that out into the universe, right? And with that, we've come to the end of our reading for Libra for the month of October. Thank you so much for listening. If you've gotten to this point, please comment below. Let me know how this manifests in your life this month. Share the video with a fellow Libra if you're a cross watcher. Thank you again. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, and thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.